Hello class, my name is Maxwell Leonire, and today I will be doing a presentation on rainwater harvesting as a form of water conservation. So rainwater harvesting is a water conservation method that collects rainwater for later use. It is one of the oldest forms of water conservation as far as we know. On top of all of this, it is one of the strategies that almost anyone can do, barring a few situations where extenuating circumstances prevent the practice. Moving on to talking a bit more about these extenuating circumstances and some of the myths related to them. The main one is that many believe it is actually completely illegal to collect rainwater at all. Additionally, many people also believe that it is illegal to use rainwater if it is collected for anything but watering your lawn. In truth, this varies from state to state. For example, Texas has very heavy limitations on rainwater utilization that do limit it to garden use only, while Arizona only places restrictions on water collection from existing streams and rivers. By this, they mean that it is perfectly fine to collect any sort of runoff from a man-made structure. Moving on a bit more to the reason that so many people regulate rainwater collection. Most of the states with stringent rainfall collection regulations only regulate so heavily due to either lack of access to reliable water sources or the responsibility to act as an upstream source of drinking water. For example, Texas regulates so heavily because they lack a great source of existing freshwater. On the other hand, Colorado regulates so heavily because they act as one of the water sources for the Colorado River, so any source of water that may contribute to the Colorado River is heavily controlled by the state. However, despite these regulations, in reality, any of the water conservation efforts like rainwater harvesting is a form of climate change adaptation. This has become a greater issue as the world warms, because as the world warms, drought has become an increasingly greater problem. On top of this, any area with existing bodies of water, no matter how arid, is usually susceptible to rain in some capacity. Therefore, it is theorized that in opposition to migration, societies might instead opt to design architecture to best utilize existing water sources like rainfall. However, despite all of this, it has ultimately been judged that while rainwater collection is a viable solution, it is only so where there's an existing infrastructure, and any sort of movement to finance changes to existing infrastructure to support rainwater collection has been judged just not really worth investing in, because any payback is just far too out to be worth it. Ultimately, rainwater collection is only truly viable if we can improve rainwater harvesting technology and establish a socio-political incentive to pursue this avenue. In conclusion, rainwater collection could serve potentially as a pivotal source of climate change adaptation. It is not wholly illegal to collect rainwater, and is not legally limited. It is just legally limited to varying degrees in some states. Rainwater collection monitoring is a question of water conservation as well as water rights, and rainwater collection is not likely to serve as the solution to lack of fresh water in many areas unless some significant research and political working goes into its progression.